Okay, folks, new topic. Creature of criticism. Now, I've been trying to break this concept down and really dive into it more and more over the last few weeks and kind of hit a few walls. And I know all of you bright and ambitious people out there can help us all get there and learn about this. So, what I'm thinking of is that we all need to become, at our core, creatures of criticism. There's so much value in criticism, there's data in criticism. What we do with that is obviously up to us. But by nature, we are a creature of nature. We're a creature of comfort at our core. How many people do you know? They're creatures of comfort. Whether it's the home they live in, the job they work, the people they associate with, they're looking for comfort. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel whole. And somehow we've been taught that if we feel uncomfortable and have criticism or are criticized, that we can't have both. And I think that's cheapening our experience here. I think we can do better than that. I think we can be happy and comfortable and get all these great critiques that are out there. So, definition of a critique: a detailed analysis and assessment of something. Sounds awesome. Sign me up. Please give me an assessment. How many times do we go get an assessment on our heart or our breathing or our cholesterol, all these different things? But we're leery to take them from other sources. We're almost allergic to criticism on a lot of levels, which is crazy. In this country, we have this foundation built of, let's take our 5-year-olds. Let's give them 12 years of schooling. Give them an extra 4 if they want it, and tell them to work in that capacity for the next 40 years. Are you kidding me? What sense does that make in any form? And luckily, we live in a great country with a lot of ambitious people that have gone on and done great things regardless of what society told us and when we should stop learning. What we should be doing is looking at that 5-year-old and saying, "You're right, he's not that good, Johnny. We need to work on some things. High five." Remember celebrating your failures. There's nothing wrong with celebrating a 5-year-old's failures as well, or telling them that they can continue to learn throughout their life. It's kind of crazy. So, how do we find ways later in life to continue to learn and continue to get better? I am not naive enough to think that my half a semester at community college, solid community college. Okay, now I'm embellishing. I went to class a few times. I'm not naive enough to think that that was enough data or education to get me through my life. So I've had to mooch off of all of you more scholared friends and accomplices through the years. So thank you for that. Now, what I want to get into is, the constructive criticism is funny. We talked about it, and it's almost that idea of, think of the 5-year-old boy again, and we're just going to tell Johnny the things he's pretty good at but can get a little better at. We wouldn't tell him everything. Who does that? That's crazy, folks. We need to get a full critique of what we're doing. The people we're talking to, what we're telling them, how they are hearing and receiving what we're telling them, and how we can get better at that. It's the only way we're going to be the best we can be. So, I think we need to get real with one another, and that brings me back to, remember in one of my last videos we did, are you physically, mentally, and emotionally prepared to take this flight into a fight? It's the same concept. There are opportunities all day long to be critiqued and to receive criticism and become a creature of criticism, but we don't always take them. Is it because we're prideful? We don't want to admit to the world that we don't know everything about everything? Is it something else? Are we afraid that we're that close to a breaking point that we think this might throw us over and we're just not capable of it? I don't know, but I think we can be more real with one another and find more opportunities in our day to receive criticism, and that's where I need your help. What are you all doing out there right now to find ways to better yourself? So we need to get less comfortable. We're missing opportunities, we're missing data points, we're missing opportunities to be better because we're not comfortable with criticism. We need to get more comfortable with criticism. Find someone in your life, your wife, a loved one, a mother, father, friend. Find an opportunity and ask for some criticism. It's the craziest thing when it happens. When you ask someone for criticism, it really catches them off guard. If they had any walls up, those walls are going down. And they will look at you, kind of trying to determine if you're really asking this from a point of authenticity. And once they realize that you are, they're going to give you a great answer, and you're going to build some quick, deep relationships that way. So there's 3 main benefits to criticism. One is the data. We know that. Whether you choose to use the data or not is up to you. Two is something that is directly reflected to salespeople or business leaders or people that have to work in some capacity where they're dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. As a business leader or salesperson, we are all prone to egos, to having an ego. It's what makes us great. It's the fine wine that is the blood within our veins and makes us go and close deals and be business people. However, we are prone to letting that accelerate a little too quickly to the point where we need an ego check. And what this does is it gives us a free ego check. Anytime we want, we think we're the coolest, baddest person in town. Nope. Hey, how do you feel I did about this? It brings you back right down. It gives you an ego check. It lets you find some humility. So we have data, we have humility, and then we have long-lasting relationships. Quick, long-lasting relationships. So I think there's 3 definite wins out of that if we can find a way to be more comfortable with receiving criticism on a constant basis. So benefits are there. The reasons are there. Help me, help you. Let's find some ways to build this together and find better ways to find criticism throughout our days. So let's become creatures of criticism. Let's be better. Onward and upward. Please critique me this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the data I'm giving, anything I could do better, anything in my presentation skills. Uncomfortable? Sure, but there's value in it. So thank you. Have a great day, everybody.